one of those heroes. I mean, a lot of the times, we've talked about it, like, why don't we see this hero anymore? Why is this, not as popular? And generally, it has to do with the fact that there's something that's a little bit better in the pool. But
Yeah,
I
he also
do
got nerfed
like
a
the fact
bunch.
that he's got this.
The nerf is probably a little bit more significant. Just like he lost the butt spear, but he's gotten a couple buffs since then, including buffs to soaring.
That's true. He's also his Arena of Blood, I believe, still goes up. Did they nerf the speed on that? But I
They
know that
buffed it
goes up
back. They buffed it up
very
after
fast.
nerfing the buff spear or the
Okay.
butt spear. Yeah,
That
it's a lot better
seems
now.
very, very good. Much faster. I remember when Jenkins and I were first casting and they changed that around. It's like almost instantaneous, it felt like. So you're able to catch a lot of
Yeah.
people in it.
But with Soul Ring being buffed, it's like 75 gold less. It's generally was an item that Mars had to buy because you just spam your first two skills to farm so well.
Mhm.
But with it getting improved a little bit and slight int gain and int buff for Mars, he'll have a slightly better time casting spells. But it's a great Mars game. Genuinely, it's very good here.
Oh, we've got the three of them moving bottom, trying to contest the rune, probably trying to get first blood as well. They can get a good engagement here. Excited to see Michael perform on this Earth Spirit. I feel like he has been excellent. Both him and Matthew, honestly. And gosh, we've got a lot of Earth Spirit players. More specifically, Ocean as well. Seems like a really good hero.
Yeah, definitely, it's really strong.
The Infamous trying to stay spread out. Don't want to get hit with the dogs if that's what SVG decides to go for first. We'll get shield dash here. Arrow sidestep very nicely. Pepita gonna take a lot of this damage. Excel already trying to delta split here so they don't get too many. And there's a lot of slow. It's a good stone. With 4 heroes down the bottom lane, they're not able to kill Pepita.
It's not too bad though. Centaur's going to contest the other one on the other side of the map, and it's a Centaur versus a Morphling. Morphling can't contest this at all, actually. You ever shoot a disco ball before with a shotgun, Moxie? No?
Would you think less of me if I said yes?
No, absolutely not.
Okay. Maybe.
Okay. Sounds
That's
like
a story for another time, Purge.
I really didn't expect you to answer close to positive there. Still a bounty rune on the map, but that was actually pretty smart by Quincy crew. They know the Centaur is going to be able to zone Morphlings. Morphling's always going to attribute shift to level 1. And then they commit 4 heroes to the bot lane to try to get more bounties. So, a good start from.
Definitely. A little bit of a rough lane here when you've got 2 melees going against the 2 ranged. You are just going to be throwing out those frost arrows as harassment, and there's not too much that Michael can really do right now. He's just got to maybe get some couriers. In fact, that's exactly what he does.
It's a good snipe.
Be able to take out some of that. Oh, the arrow! A little bit too slow here. He's got stop. This is our first blood.
Wow.
Yikes.
Big mistake there to get killed in the lane that early, but it didn't move in time. He did strength morph. He saw that it was coming, but strength morphing early on is just so weak. Another courier snipe in response. So nice start for Quincy crew. Taking morph out of the laning stage, even just for a moment, is a pretty big deal. Especially, who got the last hit top? Was it the Centaur or the Morana?
It was the Morana, so she can roam a little bit easier, I think. Yeah.
I think it would have been worse for Morphling if Centaur gets a faster boots, that kind of a thing, because then he can better threaten Morphling getting killed.
The old brother versus brother matchup in the mid lane. Seems though, for the time being, a little bit ahead over on Quinn. Not by much, though. Going fairly even.
Yeah. Completely reasonable there. And despite the Morphling kill, I mean, it's not the end of the world. It is still pretty early, so him losing some net worth doesn't really take him out of the game. Just good harass by MSS so far. Run actually has so much damage here. He's bought a lot of stat items. +7 to agility he's got, and a Fairy Fire. This is the reason that his right clicks have been successful. In this harassment moment, but it kind of makes sense, right? He's against a Phoenix who has low armor, just got his base damage decreased, and he's also up against a low range slow carry. So Morphling has armor and stuff, but it's like he does not need to get boots on Morana to be valuable here. He can just actually right click the crap out of these 2 heroes. So I really like how MSS adjusted his starting item build here to just make him really effective against these guys.
Definitely feels like the harass is very strong considering you look at the CS on Pakaz is 7 and 4 right now. Put a little bit of harass right back onto Lelis. But like you said, she's clicking pretty hard here.
Yep. And Blightstone now. And a healing salve. And the Wraith Band's complete. Like, this MSS in such a great place. This is the most I've seen Umrana pressure somebody in lane before, I think. Outside of just like landing monster arrows constantly. Michael just purple. It's a cool new item set.
You joke, but that could happen, honestly. Sometimes it's very hard to tell if the malediction is actually on someone or if they're just very purple.
They rolled on Quap, or not Quap.
Quap. You are. They rolled on you are. And
female
that's
hero.
kills.
You know.
Wow, all female heroes look the same to you, Purge. Is that what you try to say? Michael's definitely dead here, but can they get a kill in return is the question. I don't know. SVG. I do have this creep post up over onto the tower. Does he go for the dive here? No. Like SVG will survive it.
A little close.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Get
Yeah,
some
this is
responses.
harkening back to the
Does he
whole
see that
Enchantress
bounty?
thing, too.
He's gonna get it. Congratulations, Infamous. You get the other bounty rune. Nobody grabbed it.
Are they going to get a kill, though, is the question. Got a lot of Spirit Brothers here in the mid lane.
Honestly, I don't even care that they got the bounty at this point. It's like 4 minutes into the game, right? It doesn't increase gold anymore. It's like they all got 40 gold. That's like a courier getting sniped, you know? It's okay.
A little bit helps. Fell dying to tower.
Not sure if you got experience for that or not, but good pressure at least.
Sure if it was in range.
He's gonna have a really fast medallion on Mirana, and this is gonna mean that whenever we see medallions, it almost always means that they want the capability to take Roche at a better speed, and which we will certainly see with the Drow lineup and all the right-click damage that they have. They'll be really good at dealing with that.
Michael starting to get in position for the 5-minute runes. Trying to push away here from SVG. Making their way over. That's also getting
Radiant will get both top runes. What about the bot rune? Okay, they didn't end up contesting the Mars rotated over.
They thought about it. You can see they started to move over, but
Yeah. Definitely a little
All
safer
right.
though if Mirana just doesn't contest, or not Mirana, the other female here on their team, the Drow Ranger. There we go.
Please.
Any other
Continue.
females in this game? Nope, that's it.
There's me. I'm a female in this game. What
not
the
playing.
what, Purge? I am not playing. That is true. That would be very, very bad if I was.
You're also not a character in a fantasy genre as much as you don't like me to say that. So
Wow. I am in the Dungeons and Dragons campaign that we're in. Thank you.
that's true.
Dire's courier.
All right, SPG, the dash forward. Pin over to the tree that
Maledict?
needs just a
He
couple more
gets it.
hits. He does manage
Cool.
to get it, but is he going to be able to follow up with any more damage? Question. Pepita slowed down. I think Michael's fine here.
Yeah, he is. I don't know if you anticipated this or not, because I think if he had committed when the Maledict comes out, like, see, he almost kills Mars by himself. If he just commits when that Maledict comes out, it's very, very different, but maybe didn't expect it.
Well, there's a quick pick off there on Excel.
Good start to Quincy crew here. Couple solid kills, but if we look at the net worth, the game's actually still just very even.
Oh yeah.
Nothing really amazing happening. Faker jumping down. I don't necessarily know.
Oh!
Oh.
Oh, that would have been so good. Quinn had got that. Just a little bit too
Yes.
slow.
It's a lot of wasted mana for Ember Spirit if he gets interrupted there, but now he gets to jump back to the mid lane. Full mana, full bottle, everything's going to be fine for him. Pretty deep ward placed by MSS in this brief down period here. That'll spot more couriers coming to the top lane. He's already level 4 at 7 myths, which is pretty bonkers in my opinion. Fortunately for him, isn't able to get the last hit with his
Very
arrow there,
close.
but yep. It's pretty bonkers actually that Mirana's been able to get a medallion this early though, because now it seems so bizarre, but it's like he's trading hits and he just throws a -5 armor on his opponents, which is insane. It's like the Phoenix already has a very, very low armor, but taking -5 armor when trading the lane stage, good luck. You're not going to be able to stand up to this. So this just gives him like free flexibility to move back and forth.
Does feel pretty good here. Arrow lands over onto the Morphling.
Goodbye.
That was very close. That's a dead Pakaz. That was very threading the needle. Very
Dire's
nice.
top tower is
Yeah,
under
really nice
attack.
arrow there.
Bottom lane, some
Throw
more
him
harass
up.
coming out as Quinn makes the rotation as the 8th remnant to pull Pepita right back in again. Does spear him away, but the malediction, it's too strong. Oh, and he loses the courier too.
Oh, one laced in the dumpster. Big snipe there. And this is the part where, like, surprisingly, he's actually doing good on the Mars. He's level 6 already, but with that kill, it's going to give Drow the space that she needs to pick up
Radiant's
6. And
middle
now,
tower is under
basically, any
attack.
rotation down here should be a dead Mars, especially if it's Witch Doctor with Maledict. So the lane went okay for Mars, but it just looks kind of tough here to me. See if they try to
Definitely.
kill him again. Drow's got 6 now, so much more damage.
Okay, we have a smoke coming out. I'll spot out SVG. Faker having that invis rune though. He's gonna keep tabs on the Witch Doctor, wants to make sure that he's not gonna be able to go
might
get
realize.
those stuns off. They'll go for a little bit of a dive though. They'll turn back in. There's the Arena of Blood dragging over here onto the side. They'll be able to go and take down Ywar. Faker just zipping around like a pinball over on the side. Pepita taking a lot of damage here. Is he gonna be able to survive this? It looks like he's gonna tick down to the malediction as MSS now tries to run away. They'll get a kill on the courier though. They'll be pretty happy about that. The roll
Great block.
forward coming out from Michael, but immediately blocked by SVG. That Voodoo Restoration, he is just a survivor.
Yeah, he did a great job there. He unfortunately he broke the smoke, but the invis ended up giving an advantage. But it's very important that in these moments, like, Infamous want to get that big carry kill.
Oh, there it is. The follow up. Malediction is a good spell, but Faker turns right back around again, gets kill on Marana. Can just zip away if necessary. He's just gonna TP out. Michael. Oh, Michael? Michael was trying to come to his rescue, but Quinn hot on his heels. Man, SVG, how many
That's
kills does this
fine.
boy have right now?
4.
He's got 4. All right. All right. Calm down there, SVG.
Man, that arrow was really sick for MSS, but I think he was a little bit mana short to jump in and do Starstorm. And therefore, the Sleight of Fist ends up dodging it. That's why Michael ended up being, or sorry, the Ember Spirit ended up being completely fine there. They're hoping for somebody else to rotate over for bounty runes here, but they will grab both. And they'll continue pressuring bot. This is usually the part of the game where the Drow is going to shift out of the safe lane and go do some jungling or some pushing in the opposite lane. So it should be an easy moment for Mars here right now.
Casual arrow thinking about Excel, snapping up the rune. The roll for from Michael does find the Witch Doctor's going to get dragged right back in again here by Quinn. He's going to go down. Faker trying to put out the damage, does manage to get the slide off, is going to be forced to run away, does have the malediction on him.
That was such a cool jump by Quinn to try to block the rolling boulder and to try to save Witch Doctor. It's maybe part of the reason that they killed Earth Spirit and they had the potential for more is because he ends up interrupting that and delaying the Witch Doctor death by a bit. Ooh, this could be a kill by
Faker
accident.
walking. Oh man, that if they had gotten a silence off, that would have been a very dead Ember Spirit.
Yeah, they're being a little greedy about it. Like, he probably could have gusted, but it would have pushed him away, and then landing arrow is going to be tough. Better chance of killing him if they land the arrow and then followed up with gust. They probably would have killed him then, but would have been tough vice versa.
I don't know. Have you seen MSS's arrows here, dude? He could have done it.
I mean,
he's a player.
Yeah, I mean, no, his arrow is great. That's what I'm saying. Like, it was a good chance to land it, but maybe you shouldn't attack so early. Maybe wait till he walks high ground or something. Maybe a small mistake there by Drow Ranger, by Ywar, but it's okay. A little bit of rotation. They don't get a kill, but they're going to go right back to jungling, and the net worths are still relatively even. But the big separation is the supports. The support net worth on Quincy crew compared to the supports on Infamous are night and day here. Witch Doctor has more net worth than the Earth Spirit because he's got 4 kills, and
Yes.
MSS has also been doing very, very good. He's got way more net worth than the Earth Spirit too. So all this extra net worth is going to make it a lot easier for them to be survivable, to be constantly on the map. And Infamous is definitely going to feel that pressure if they go in the right places.
Well, they'll go to put some pressure down here in the bottom lane. Take the tier 1. Doesn't look like anyone's going to try to contest them on this. But you do have several of the heroes over on the side of Quincy crew also just taking their time, farming up. Trying to get the jump on Pakaz, but spots the Witch Doctor's just going to leave.
It's basically impossible for Witch Doctor to kill a Morphling. There needs to be some like stun follow-up to help him with. The Centaur could help guarantee it. If they stun him before he uses Morph, absolutely they can kill him.
He just picked up that Blink Dagger, so start paying attention to Lelis, because this guy has some of the best stomps Usually gets at least 2 to 3 people on each one,
Dire's
sometimes
top
more.
tower is under attack.
Drums are gonna get popped though. They see MSS. They're hoping that they can go and grab him up. Roll forward. Stone with the slow, the silence. They need just a little bit more. And he's got the leap charges. Also has that moonlight shadow. So Lyko back off. Lelis jumps back in again though. They'll follow up with an arrow. They'll be able to go take down Michael. The zip forward, the gusto. They're gonna follow up. There's the egg. There's the beautiful arena. They're not gonna be able to do it. Look at SPG. He tries to climb over there. He cannot do it fast enough. You are. He's taking so much damage. Do they have any sort of detection though to follow up? Again, running out over here. Pepita trying to take it out, but he's just kicking down to the malediction. Another slight comes back. Yowar finds yet another kill, but he does die to Excel's flame spirits. It looks like.
I can't believe he even like killed the Phoenix before he died. He stuck into that little tree to buy some time there, but Phoenix found him. It just took some doing to kill him, I guess. So that was decent for Quincy considering how perfect Infamous started that team fight at the beginning. The man, so many arrows have landed
right on the
Morphling
butt
so far. Yep. But the egg placement with the Mars ulti was beautiful. Like keeping them within egg range, but easily outside of being able to attack the egg was cool. Very, very cool to see.
Scanning.
Poor SVG just tried to like climb over. Yeah, look at the opening here. They got the air spear very quickly, but I still can't believe that. It must have been the moonlight shadow on Yowar. Yeah, it was the moonlight
he wasn't
shadow.
visible here, but right there, it's obvious that he sees him, right?
Yeah.
Yet somehow he ends up barely staying alive and killing Phoenix first. That was really close.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Good fight for Quincy crew. Must now have a lot of the major spells on cooldown, so looks like Quincy is going to try to take advantage of this. They've got a smoke up, and the gang squad's on the
Middle
move.
tower is under attack.
Their gank is so strong here. They've got guaranteed stun follow-up. As long as Centaur can land his first stun, then that's a dead hero almost always. Unless it's hard to land the arrow because there's a creep in between or something. Should be dead Phoenix now.
I don't think they want him. I think they want bigger. Yeah, they want a bigger fish. Maybe this guy down here, but he's already zipped out. Turn around, look at the drawback here over to Michael. Followed up with the stun, followed with an arrow, everything. And he is dead.
Good time to jump out for Ember Sphere. When he remnants over like that, his hero's technically there, so break smoke on a couple heroes kind of forced them into getting us the board. But not a terrible idea that they looked for better net worth if they spent the time rotating.
Well, I think they knew that Faker was bottom, and I think they probably wanted to see if they could grab him, but...
Yep, that's exactly right. They might also be able to, they're checking for D-wards now. SPG, I believe, maybe, is putting sentries down. Yeah, because if they saw Phoenix, they know he was over there to ward. So maybe they'll grab that Observer ward too.
Oh, the silence coming out immediately over onto Faker. The draw right back in with the Aether Remnant. They need a little bit more damage, though, and a little bit more lockdown. They're not going to be able to grab him just yet.
They played that really carefully, actually. They definitely could have committed more. You are dished almost immediately. Very worried about getting jumped on by Earth Spirit, Mars, Phoenix, that kind of thing. So in that moment, with perfect vision, it was a mistake, but definitely a lot safer to not go for that kill. Now another fight coming. Infamous going to grab a haster, and this is a really nice grab. Some of the disable on Quincy crew is a little bit movement based, so keep Ember Spirit properly alive here. But I don't think they're going to be able to find anybody. Look how defensive Quincy crew is standing, basically. They're farming Tri-Camp with like Witch Doctor and Drow, and they've got perfect ward vision. Just spot them coming.
Michael, Lelis and Michael hanging out in the trees together. Gonna get stomped on. Pepita's here though. Throw up the arena. Need the swap. Oh, the egg though, a little bit to the wrong side. Oh no, that is a disaster. Looks like they still haven't quite managed to take down Lelis here. Because taking too much damage. The leap forward, they just burst him down. He's dead. Michael now. Oh, the double stop from Lelis. God. They'll follow up. They'll get a couple more hits. Can they take down the Ember though is the question. And they're not able to. They don't have the stuns.
It was a very dead Ember in all other circumstances if he doesn't have haste there. But what a fight for Quincy. Pretty moderate, like pretty big mistake from the Phoenix there to put his egg there.
The silence, the follow-up then from Yowar.
With the egg dying for free like that, the team fight was just so easy for Quincy crew to engage on. Because they basically got the perfect circumstances. Centaur initiates, They had Disable full up on Earth Spirit, and then Centaur is the guy that they use all the big team fight ultimates on. So he had no threat of dying. He even had a Hood. He pops Hood, they use Mars ulti, and everyone, Quincy's like, we don't care. You wasted your ultis on our Centaur? Hell yeah, this is perfect for us. And they got to do whatever they wanted for the rest of the fight. That's why they cleaned up so hard.
God, I can't believe that egg was so far over to all of the enemies there.
Yeah. I mean, if it was just an inch to the right, he's fine.
Right.
But it was just a little bit too late. Blame Ping. That's genuinely like one of those moments where blaming Ping is completely valid.
All right. Well, right now you are sitting top of the net worth, 8.2k, 7.8 on Centaur, and it feels like they want to make something happen here. They do have a sentry down, so SVG immediately gonna get spotted. Tries to juke back around. There's gonna be stone thrown out. Silence. Jump forward again. Phoenix sipping on through. They'll go use the dust. SVG getting a couple of these bounces off. Lelis jumping in, seeing his opportunity. They fall at the 8th Remnant. They want to make sure that Michael can't save anyone here. And there's the damage coming out. This time the eggs in the arena looking a little bit better, but they just leap forward, finding the other side here, and they jump away over onto Quinn. They'll get the kill on Excel, and Yawar's just chunking down Faker now. That is a dead Faker. MSS does get taken down by Pakaz, though, during all that.
Yeah, that part was not terrible, that they're trading a 4 position for a 5 position, so even though the egg did take some pressure, Morphling was able to pick off those targets in the meantime. Morphling's not working.
The stop. Oh no, 8th Remnant drags him in, but they'll back off. They'll play it cool.
He would have committed if he saw him not strength morphing, but because was ready this time, ends up staying alive, no problem. Aiming for E-Blade next to help save himself or allies that get silenced. It'll be really effective when he gets there, but it's going to take some doing.
All right, in the middle of a creep wave, into an arrow, into a Witch Doctor ultimate, and into a Quinn.
Nicely done.
Crew, clean up Pepita.
Casted the wrong spell there. He did shield crash instead of the spear. I think he had spear available. Maybe I'm wrong. But hard to anticipate that sometimes. Pushes the Witch Doctor back, but it doesn't interrupt. So solid D ward here, and now they're going to feel pretty comfortable invading.
This Orchid is paying off in spades right now for Quinn. Cell does have the Icarus dive though, but it is very scary to be on the map when you know a Void Spirit can jump you at any time.
What does your war have for items? Okay, almost
Pike.
BKB. Hurricane Pike Rush basically to help save him against Morphling, against Ember Spirit, against Earth Spirit. There's a lot of good gap closed, so it makes sense to rush at this game.
And the gang squad of Quincy crew collect themselves another kill. Faker can't do much against this. He just, slides around, looks at Lelis and says, yeah, you're a little too tanky for me. I'll wave hello, and that's about all he can do.
Pretty big gold advantage right now for Quincy crew. And normally with draw lineups, they have this like timer that you have to worry about a little bit. I don't really see that being much of an issue this game, considering that MSS is well positioned to transition a bit in net worth. And also on top of that, like they're just having like Void Spirit and Centaur and Witch. They just have like so many easy stun setups, and it like doesn't make it hard at all for them to get kills, for them to start fights with advantageous like hero advantages because they've got a couple kills under their belt. So feels really good for Quincy crew right now. CG is gonna be really easy with Drow. There's a lot of good things going for him.
Gonna find Pakaz down here. Smoked up. Lelis. Gotta get revealed. Goes to the stop. Followed up double edge into the arrow, into the Witch Doctor ultimate with the malediction. That's a lot of damage, and I'm not feeling like he's gonna be able to survive this. Even goes so far to use the Stampede because they want to make sure that they can get enough damage, and he's definitely gonna pop here. Back lines though, Faker joining into the fight with the swoop in coming out from Excel. They'll go for the Phoenix egg, and they jump right back in again. MSS wanting to finish up. They don't grab anyone in this arena. Looks like they will be able to get the kill on the Marana though. Looks like they'll also be able to find SVG. He's trying to stay alive. Lelis jumping in with a giant stop. He finishes him off. It's a double kill. Can they get another? Yes, that's almost a full team wipe on the side of Infamous.
I mean, the Mars ulti was great for what they wanted to do. They wanted to protect the egg, and it guaranteed the stun follow-up on Witch Doctor afterwards, but that Lelis stomp was insane, especially because it lined up so perfectly with the same moment that Draw Ranger comes forward. Draw Ranger doing tons of damage with multi-shot there. And boy, did they eat through those heroes. And it's one of the really nice things about Drow this game. There's all these good gap closes on the Infamous side, but you have to cast spells to do it is the problem. So Gust is like one of the most busted build. Like Silence, some games
Dire's
just
middle
look
tower
so
is under
strong,
attack.
whether it's a Death Prophet or a Drow Ranger. If you catch these mobile heroes with it, it's like a long duration disable. It's so valuable.
I told you to watch out for Lella Stomps. This guy does some serious business here. So again, Pikas, Sarge down. Follow out the swoop in, the egg. You see MSS turns around immediately, decides, okay, I'm gonna try to take it out. Can't quite do it fast enough. But look at Lelis, eyes over to the side here. They go and they group up over on the support. Lelis, though, again, jumps in with a beautiful stomp. Got the silence down and everything. Very
Quinn
nice
showed up
fight.
too in that fight. No engagement here.
Oh, it's looking like a dead Pepita because they used the BKB over on Quinn, so there's nothing that's going to be able to stop them. That arrow, oh, trying to go for the snipe there, MSS. BKB gets picked up now on the Drow Ranger. This is looking very comfortable for Quincy Cruz, sitting at a 14k net worth lead currently.
They just don't have very good ways to take team fights now with BKBs coming up. And Drow Ranger with Hurricane Pike or even Dragon Lance, you can hit towers, outrange towers. So these tier 2s are really simple for them to pressure from a safe position. You know, once they get creeps here, that is.
They're coming. They're on their way.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
They can't do anything. They just have to watch their tower goes down.
Has fallen.
If they have Mars, maybe they can try something. Because then they can maybe take a team fight or start in a good way. But can they initiate and land stuns before their opponents react? It's going to be hard. They're basically going to have to start almost every initiation off with a rolling boulder into a jump from Mars into a Mars spear to an arena.
But they've got BKBs on multiple people here now. Like,
yeah, but that's why they have to do rolling boulder, because that's the only one that's going to be fast enough for them not to react in time. They do the rolling boulder into Mars ulti follow-up, then maybe they can stun one guy. But there's not going to be follow-up other than that. So it's like their team fight feels really weak on the Infamous side now that BKBs are up. First Spirit's going to feel useless, except for against supports. Mars is going to feel like he's having trouble using his ultimate. And the Phoenix Egg could be effective, but Quincy Crew has so much damage right now that like they can definitely kill some people before the egg pops. And if you get like 1 or 2 kills for the egg pops right now, it's not a big deal.
all right, well, Quincy Crew playing very tight here.
I'll take that.
Perhaps thinking
you
about
definitely
trying
saw
to
him.
get a pickle.
Is under attack.
It's funny watching those ping reactions, you know? It's like that
Yeah.
moment where like nobody's looking there, but they see an icon on their minimap and they're like, what the hell? And they'll look. Literally 4 people pinging. So they'll probably get a D word with this as a result, although Michael might also fall into
Oh, they saw him for sure. Roll on out, Autobots. He's gonna try to TP away. Do they have it? No, not fast
He
enough.
did. He turned, he clicked it. You saw his character turn to do the Yules, but was just a fraction too late.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
They do get the D word though, so. Oh no, the catapult! So he did that because he wasn't going to get the last hit if he didn't Yules it, because his catapult was going to kill it. So that's why he Yules it, to reset the catapult's attack animation.
Uh-oh.
And therefore get the last hit. But
And
now
now he doesn't have it because he used it on a catapult. Oh boy.
That is so funny, actually. That is so funny. Oh my god.
No.
I mean, it was smart to use Yules to get that last hit, but then he just literally can't remove silence and he dies. It's
Was it worth it?
He just,
no.
He just hurt him. No, he really, really just showed himself. That's a clip. That's a clip right there. Now you guys know, don't use catapult.
Oh, yeah. That's a pick-off here. SPG surviving a decent amount of time, but they will be able to finally get that hit. In comes Jawar, though. Gonna get Yuled up into the air. That's Science to jump in, though. Coming out from Quinn on the back line, so we'll be able to clean up Pita. And that should be a pretty dead... Actually, he's got a couple of Flame Spirits on him. I'm not sure he can hit this down fast enough. Arrow comes through just a little bit late from MSS.
No TP.
It's like Excel's gonna be able to buy some more time and maybe get away here. It's gonna be pretty difficult, though. Like you said, he does not have a TP.
I think he's gone now, but now they're going to see he doesn't have TP, so he's just like, I'm just going to hit. They're not even giving him the creeps. Come on.
He's not allowed to have those. Those don't belong to him.
That's messed up. Telescope's so good this game, actually. Throw that on Morana. Gives her extra attack range. Going to be easier to hit eggs. And when she stands near Drow, even more attack range for Drow. It is so good. What a great pickup this game. Almost butterfly for Drow as well, so good luck dying against Morphling even. Having evasion against Morphling is excellent. Having BKB and butterfly is like the perfect combination to deal with the Morph. But one thing Infamous can do is try to play around BKBs. It's maybe one good advantage that they have is that Quincy has all the survivability, but as long as they don't hard commit fully to like one engagement, then they can potentially win. They just need to like jump in, force BKBs, and then re-engage if possible. And even if they trade like a Mars ulti, and maybe that one's too significant, but they have to be careful how they start fights. Get them to pop BKBs, don't get caught yourself, and then re-engage is what you got to do.
That's a pretty tall order, honestly, with the way that Quincy Crew's been playing. Bottom lane, no. Already zips out.
Good try.
Has that remnant waiting.
It's a little hard to time those when you can jump out instantly.
For sure. So looks like Quincy Crew just gonna be forcing out these lanes. Faker's still standing nearby. Doesn't really have anyone to... Oh, look at that. Quinn's like, something
I think he
feels
might know.
wrong.
I guess his courier didn't spot him out. He's gonna snipe the courier now.
Yeah. Oh, or not. Quinn turning back around says, hello, brother. Throughout the Aether Remnant, MSS joining in. Got the Yules again, waiting patiently. Dodges the arrow yet again.
Doing a very good job of wasting their time.
Yeah.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
All right. Feel like we've watched Pakaz get like just messed with the entire time, but Pepita is not looking too great for him. The Yules comes out, trying to get just another couple hits. Uses the arena so he can run away.
Arrows go through that? What a load of crap.
Radiant are scanning.
They're different
they're-
kinds of arrows though, guys. They're multi-shot arrows.
Right. They're very special arrows.
The Yules on Mars, I've seen it before a couple times just because it makes it a lot easier to land your spear disables. Also allows them to protect himself too. That part's kind of cool.
SVG with the cask? No?
That's weird.
All right.
He should have.
Baker running away. This brother duel has been going on for what feels like forever. Pepita jumping in. They're going to be able to keep him stunned up. No, he's got the BKB. He turns right back around again, throws down the Aether Remnant, drags back over onto Pakaz. Pakaz, he's not even going to be able to be a part of this fight. A disaster. Moonlight Shadow comes out. Pepita blinks away. Just barely here. MSS
Don't know
tossing
how
out
tough
the
it
arrow.
is. Don't know how tough it is to morph after being Yules. Because if you spam the button, you might press it twice and then you stop morphing, you know?
Right.
But I assume maybe if you press it once while you're used, it'll activate afterwards. I might be wrong though. I'd have to test it out in the lobby, so I can't really say how difficult that was to morph in that moment. But the interaction might be not more favored. There's a whole heart on Centaur as well at this point.
Oh my
It was
god, they
died.
have... Ooh, that's a very dead Pepita. Do they have a... Yeah, they have a sheep
Void
stick.
Spirit.
Oh my god, I was like, wait, what time is it? Do they have a... What is it, the Prince's Knife that does that? But...
I mean, Quinn is owning. He's
He's
owning
doing
so
very
hard. 7, 0, and 12. Just all ganking.
Buybacks coming out now. Pepita has the arena available. They have the egg. They want to try to land this combo. They know that the BKBs are on cooldown, although it just comes off a cooldown over on Quinn, so...
It's crazy how much mana regen Quinn has, but he's still low mana. Like, Scythe of Ice gives you like 9. The Orchid's like another 5.5, and he's still struggling a bit to get full mana regen, but he's been moving around and getting so much done. And actually, he has really good damage, surprisingly. But that's because he's an int hero. And I could really like this this Hex build, especially against all the survivable heroes on the enemy team. It gives him another way to initiate, and because he's so far ahead, it really doesn't cost him that much. He doesn't need that many defensive items. The BKB basically solves it by itself.
Poor Pakaz... Sorry, not Pakaz. Poor Excel's died 10 times this game.
Are under attack.
It's been a rough one for this Firebird.
It's hard to play 5 Phoenix. Doesn't make it easy.
Well, especially when what they have on the enemy team is very good at taking down the egg.
Very good. He's actually so tanky. Being able to grab Karagi Code as well on Centaur just saves him from having to buy an armor item, which has no need now. Just got
Dire's
health,
courier
he's got
has been killed.
magic resistance, and now he just gets to go utility. They're in such a good spot at the moment.
It's a full heart on the center. This man is never dying.
Yep. It's really hard
Alright,
for him to die right now.
Scanning.
All right, Infamous SVG. I love the way that they position the supports all the time to break smokes. It does back off though.
SVG is in position to break
Radiant
potentially.
are scanning.
SS gonna leap away. Wolves get to use. They'll go. They'll drop the arena. They've got the detection, so they'll be able to get the kill on the Mirana. Okay. Not sure why the egg went off back there.
He got caught
So-
solo. So he was trying to stay alive.
Got it. Unsuccessful,
Because
unfortunately for
he did the
himself.
D ward, remember? He put that sentry down, he started attacking the D ward. They must have initiated on him at the same time. So training 1-for-1, but a bit of a gold lead on Quincy crew, so I don't think they're too worried right now. They're got a courier on Roche. Is it up yet? Yeah, it is actually up now. But they
Funny
can
how
see
you
it,
can't
so they
see
know
it
it's not being
when you
attacked.
have
So.
Under attack.
Courier on the minimap. Can't tell if it's up or not.
Yeah, that's a little annoying, but they're fine. They're just not going to do anything aggressive here. They could probably poke the building a little bit, but they don't need to mess around. It's really not that important. Ags on Centaur could be really good, though, in the upcoming fights. Reduce damage for a couple seconds. Could be huge against the general burst and team fight from Infamous. Morphling
is
getting pretty
almost
close to a
done,
Scotty.
Killed.
Ooh. Courier gets taken down. And the Roche is on.
almost done.
Quinn just hunting.
What's the drop? We're still on cheese, I'm guessing, right?
This should be Cheese and Aegis Roche, yes.
Really nice to have Titan Sliver this game. So much magic damage on Infamous, and Drow is so much base damage. And it gives her 20% damage bonus. It's got to be an insane amount of damage. It's like a 40 damage item for her right now. Plus status.
You
boost.
just-
It's perfect.
Do you just wait for the Centaur Axe to be completed at this point? He's so
It's really
close to
safe.
it.
Also, the Satanic on Drow. Drow is only about 1,200 or 1,400 gold away. Once she finishes that, she's going to have a really good reset button that doesn't require her using her Aegis. But
true.
Centaur Ags, having both Centaur Ags and the Satanic is going to make like going high ground so much easier.
Oh, all right, they're gonna try to initiate on the Centaur. They do have the Sun Ray, which has that percentage-based damage, but in comes Yawar, and in comes Quinn protecting their Lelis. He's absolutely fine. Pakaz gets taken out. BKBs are being activated. They just go, they pop the egg, no problem. Michael trying to run away, not gonna be able to do it. There's too much multi-shot damage. Baker turns back around, but he's not gonna be able to kill Lelis. This guy, I told you, it's gonna be impossible to kill. All right, Mules comes out into the arrow. Don't quite land that stomp. Do manage to get Lelis's courier, so he's not going to have that Ags yet, but I'm sure they're not too concerned about this. Yeah, they even
mean,
go
they-
so far as to call the GG at this point. They know
Yeah.
that Pakaz has not had a game.
They tried to hit a timing here right before they got their next big items, but they couldn't quite win the fight. It was, again, another example where Infamous initiates on Centaur, and they got kind of close that time because